Hello everyone, thank you for joining us. The Hong Kong Productivity Council is very happy to have joined this year's Start Me Up Festival and meeting our friends from the SMEs and startup ecosystem. Before we go into details, let's take a look at what HKPC can bring to you.
Innovation is meant to disrupt. HKPC unleashes the power of technology to overcome challenges. We disrupt as inventions help industry to achieve goals in technology. Industry 4.0 and Enterprise 4.0 enable the digital transformations in Hong Kong to create future factories, improving processes and efficiency. HKPC helps make our cities smarter. Through AI, big data, and other new technology, initiatives like Smart Aging Tech ensure everyone enjoys a safer, healthier, and happier city. HKPC offers industry practical support, applied research and development, lab testing services with expertise and insights. We help inventors to design, develop, and build to bring prototypes to life and to market. HKPC pledges to nurture young talent, entrepreneurs, and startups. We inspire individuals, SMEs, and companies to improve our community for today and tomorrow. We collaborate with world-class institutions to enable technology exchange and accelerate innovation. Our awards are testament to our success. We are here to shape Hong Kong's technology future. HKPC.
Perhaps many of you might have known the HKPC as a technology organization. Today, we are very happy to have invited our Chief Innovation Officer, Dr. Cheung, to give an overview of what and how Hong Kong PC can help friends in the SMEs and startup ecosystem in terms of technology, trainings, and even funding. Without further ado, Dr. Cheung, over to you, please.
Hi everyone. I think for a start, many of you would like to know what Hong Kong Productivity Council is. The word productivity is actually quite confusing. Hong Kong Productivity Council refers to increasing the productivity of industry. With this, I'll probably go into some more detail about what our council does. We are 53 years old. We were set up in 1967, many years ago. I'm sure many of you were not born then. We were set at the time that when Hong Kong was the hub of manufacturing in Asia. Many demand for activity in technology, in training about industry, about manufacturing. And we slowly progressed for the past 53 years into helping the industry in Hong Kong, both in terms of the manufacturing side and also in the service side. So we, in a way, grew up with the industry in Hong Kong. We have very well connected with the various different sectors of Hong Kong industry. So in this respect, we are able to help connect for those of you who would like to set up in Hong Kong and those of you who would like to seek for partnership. As an organization, we are set up by the government. We have a board appointed by the government to help govern or oversees our operation. We are not profit making, so we mainly would be using the revenue to cover our costs. So we are partially funded by the government and not fully funded. And in our operation, we have about 53% of our clients are small and medium enterprises. We have 4 offices in Greater Bay Area, 2 in Hong Kong, and we also have 2 offices in the mainland China, in Shenzhen and also in Dongguan. So what do we do? The word productivity is actually quite academic, and I've always been asked what's the definition of productivity, and I don't want to bore you with all the equations which probably cover 3 or 4 pages. So mainly what do? We serve the industry. We serve by helping them to be the R&D partner, to help them to meet their demand in the technology side, and we provide also training. So broadly, you see that this is a bridge. We call that the innovation bridge. From idea, from your left-hand side, to industry and service application on your right hand side. So it's a full bridge that once we have idea from the industry, we help them to do apply R&D and then provide training for Hong Kong education in terms of STEM and other, and nurture certain technologies, or if they have some new standard or new technology like 5G or like AI or big data analytics, robotics, and all those sexy topic, we provide training to Hong Kong as well. And for those of you who would like to do prototyping, like for instance you want to do 3D printing or you want to do some machining, we have a very well equipped workshop within HKPC which is open for you. All the wonderful machinery, CNC machine, 3D printing machine, grinding, laser cutting machine, and all they are available for you to use. And some of my colleagues will probably give you more information about that later on. Another thing which is very important for our council is to help you to find what kind of government funding that would be available to you. Now in Hong Kong, the government is really generous in providing funding in various operation or R&D or opening up market, marketing, all different kind of funding. There are over 50 different type of funding in Hong Kong available to you to apply. The only condition is that you need to set up a business in Hong Kong, and which is really difficult. You need to only pay $6,000 or $7,000, get a lawyer to get registration. This is not difficult, it's very easy. I'm just joking. So it's really easy to do that. And I'm sure our colleagues from Invest Hong Kong will also be able to help you to do the setting up of your offices and your business in Hong Kong. Once you set up a business, once you have a business registration in Hong Kong, then you will be eligible to apply for this funding. So this is very generous, and we will probably go through more about that later on. And apart from that, one thing that I would like to point out is that for a lot of you who maybe start up, you will have wonderful technology. You will be very focused in the vertical of technology development. On the technology that you are developing, you would be, I think, the best in the world. However, if you like, let's say, to apply your technology to different area that you are traditionally serving, or maybe you want to seek partnership with different type of technology that such that you can partner with you and then promote it to a different area of the industry sector, we will be able to help. We have many examples that, let's say, who are in the business of environmental monitoring, if they want to look for, let's say, an autonomous mover to let them move the environmental monitoring around different shopping center or offices, then they come to us and we help them with that technology. They are good at environmental monitoring, but we are good at, let's say, autonomous vehicle. And that kind of thing is that we would be able to help you with the technology that you, with your current portfolio of technology, may not be using. And also we will be able to help you with connection with different industry sector which you traditionally may not be serving as well. So we are here to help. We are more or less like a super connector in terms of technology and also in terms of industry sector. So industrial application and service, many times we have requests from the industry for technology development or application development. And in that respect, we would see what kind of technology they have. And if you are one of our partner, if we can work for you, then we will see how your technology can apply to the demand or the needs for the technology or applications that they have. So as I mentioned, we do a lot of industrial R&D and also application for the industry in Hong Kong. Then you would ask what kind of technology you would be doing and what area you are good at. So simply, we are focused on 3 areas. One area is smart living. Smart living is in terms of smart city technology like mobility, transportation, or smart people. So those are the smart living type of technology that we are focusing on, environmental technology type of thing. The second part is reindustrialization. We do a lot of projects to help Hong Kong reindustrialize, not in terms of bringing back mass production type of manufacturing, which would not be viable in Hong Kong, but we are talking about smart manufacturing. We are talking about helping the industry in Hong Kong to make use of robotic, AI, high value, low labor type of manufacturing. Those are the things that we are focusing on. So we are also involved with a lot of advanced manufacturing like Industry 4.0, like robotic, like advanced material that kind of thing. We are doing a lot of that as well. So the three focus area that we are on would be the smart living, reindustrialization, and also advanced manufacturing. And we are partnering with a lot of international and also mainland Chinese research institutions like Tsinghua University, the Chinese Academy of Science, and all that. And internationally, we do have working relationship or partnership with MIT. The MIT set up the first innovation node outside of the US in Hong Kong, in our building. We also are working very closely with the Fraunhofer of Germany, which is a major, for those of you who are from Europe, you probably would have known Fraunhofer is a major R&D institution set up by the German government, and we are working very closely with them with the manufacturing industry 4.0 side. And we are also setting up a flare with the RWTH in Aachen that is going to be set up in the science part, and we'll be focusing on robotic and AR technology and its application on advanced manufacturing and all that side of things. And apart from the R&D, we do support quite a lot, the SMEs in Hong Kong. On one side, we support the user side. We hope to be the R&D partner of the SME in Hong Kong. They come to us if they have a technical problem that they need to solve. If they want to do some applied R&D or even product R&D, then we'll go in and help them in terms of the electronic design, new material, the mold and die, or some maybe the 3D printing. A lot of different facets of technology we are going to help them. On the other side, we are also helping the supply side or the vendor side of the SME. As I mentioned, some of the SME, they want to break into a new market that they may want us to help them to partner with them and to break into some new market. Like for instance, we have a R&D center in our council, that is the Automotive Technology R&D Center. We are already working on that area for the past 15-16 years. And as a result, a lot of the SME, if they want to break into the automotive parts industry, they come to us and help. But like one of the SME, they are producing some power device that would significantly reduce the size of the EV charger. And in that case, we will help them. Previously, they are not in the automotive parts supply industry, and they see that the actual automotive supply industry, they have a much higher value add than, let's say, the traditional electronics industry. So they want to break into that market. Then we partner with them and help them work together on a R&D for a project that will help them to go into a new market that they may not be working on before. So all in all, we do a lot of handle a lot of inquiries from both sides. We do a lot of seminars and outreach and all that. And we do have a reach out team to help a lot of the SME in Hong Kong to look for what kind of funding that would be suitable for them. I mentioned in my previous few slides that we have over 50 different kind of funding in Hong Kong. It's also very confusing. A lot of even Hong Kong enterprises would be confused to say, hey, what kind of funding would be suitable for me? Another thing is that, as you know, all the forms from the government are notoriously difficult to fill. So the reach out team will answer your question as to what are the information that you require to put in to a particular application form, what kind of funding would be suitable to you in different kind of things. Like R&D, we have some funding. Like marketing, like setting up booths in exhibition in both local and overseas, we have funding. Even setting up production facilities in mainland China and also in ASEAN country or those countries with the free trade agreement with Hong Kong, there are funding for people to upgrade their operation or set up production line in those areas. We have that kind of funding available. If you want to know the detail, our SME reach out team will be able to help you. Now, for startup support, I mentioned before what kind of support would we'll be able to help the startup. Apart from the business side, we also do a lot of the networking session. We have some maker facilities that I mentioned, the big workshop that we have, over 4,000 square feet in Hong Kong, which is really, really big in Hong Kong and very well equipped. And you can come in and use our facilities, all the grinder, laser cutting machine, CNC machine, 3D printing machine, all that, you can use them. Apart from that, we are able to bring you together with other makers in Hong Kong through our activities like the seminars, networking sessions and all that. We are well equipped here and we all welcome you to use the facilities. You may ask, what is the HKPC? Why do we want to look for help in HKPC? So one thing I would like to point out is that HKPC is a government agency. We are neutral, we are commercially neutral. We would not be siding with any commercial concern. So if you work with us, you will be guaranteed that we would not be partnering with a certain commercial organization that you would be precluding or excluding some commercial concern. So that's one thing. The other thing is that we have expertise in many different areas. So like for instance, we have expertise in smart manufacturing, we have industry 4.0, AI, robotics, smart materials, surface treatment, electronics, testing, environmental technology, green technology, recycling technology, and all that. So we have a lot of different technology that you may be interested to partner with. I'm sure you all would be very good with your technology, but maybe some of the technology you may not possess in your own technology portfolio. You may want to look for partnership there. So we are here to provide help. We are non-profit making, so we are only covering our costs in our projects. So in that respect, we are not out for making a lot of money. The other side of it is that we have strong knowledge about different kind of funding which may be available to you. So if you have certain technology that you want to develop and if you are working with us, we will be able to help you to find what kind of funding that you are able to apply, what kind of tax deduction that you would be able to apply because of R&D application and all that. So all in all, we are here to help. We are more or less like a super connector in terms of the industry connection, in terms of the technology side, and also in terms of the government funding side. So this is the edge that we have, and we are here to provide help for you. Now I mentioned before, in Hong Kong, the government is very generous. There are lots of funding available. So you probably would not want to know more. Now we have an activity called Fun Fair. We organized 2 Fun Fair before. One is a physical Fun Fair that was organized last year. We have over 12,000 people coming to this little building. And the second Fun Fair that we have is a virtual Fun Fair that is organized earlier this year. You can actually click in to the links. You can even look at and listen to the webinar that we set up before. And we have over 20,000 webinar attendance during that time. The latest information about various kind of funding, those would be available to you. And for an advertisement marketing, we are going to organize the 3rd Fun Fair, and that would be in August. That would be a physical Fun Fair also in our building for 2 days. We would be inviting all the funding agency again to come right from the horse's mouth. The funding agency, how and what are they looking for? Then you can directly speak to them. So that would be in August. So you please close attention to our webpage, and then you will know when exactly the day would be. So we're looking forward to seeing you again in the Fun Fair. And another thing is that we are a one-stop SME support center, what we call SME 1, and also our SME Reach Out. It is there to serve you. It's there to help you to provide funding advisory. If you need to know about technology which maybe you are not familiar with, you can come to us. We will link you up with our experts in HKPC to help you to see how we can provide help. The other side also is that if you are looking for ASEAN and the Greater Bay Area business opportunity, or maybe even what kind of funding available to you, that we can help you. So in all, we are here to help. We have different area that we can help, like technology, like industry connection, like funding information, like prototyping, maker workshop, and all that. We are here to help. So you are more than welcome to contact us in any time. We hope that we will see you in the near future. Okay, that's all from me for the time being. I will hand over the rest to Katty.
Thank you so much, Dr. Cheung, for the very fruitful sharing on what Hong Kong PC can offer to the industries. So do bookmark our website, our social media channels such as our Facebook or our YouTube, and stay tuned with us for further details, especially on the upcoming Fun Fair. Next, we'll be bringing you a virtual tour to our InnoSpace so that you'll be able to learn more about what you can do within our premise. What's more, you will also hear about what the government funding schemes can help you further through our SME 1 or SME Reach Out services. Stay tuned with us.
Welcome to InnoSpace. The InnoSpace is a startup platform established by the Hong Kong Productivity Council, and we are here to support startups and investors by translating their ideas into industrial designs, prototypes, and products. Let's check out our makerspace. Welcome to our makerspace. Our members can get access to various advanced machines and equipment, and we have technical supervisors to provide supports and guidance for their projects. Here it is, one of our most popular machines, the laser cutters. Besides the more common plastic and wooden plate, the InnoSpace also has one of the more advanced industrial-grade machines, the metal laser cutter. What's unique about InnoSpace is our members can get access to numerous professional consultants from HKPC so that they can upgrade their projects in many different aspects. And also, to cater the demand of many different types of prototyping, we also provide support in traditional machines such as the lathing machines and grinding machines, and they can create parts like these. And of course, since 3D printing is one of the most popular technologies nowadays, InnoSpace also provides different types of 3D printings for our members to use, such as desktop grade to industrial grade, which allows our members to create their projects in different types of materials. The inner prototype is not the only co-working area here. Let's check out our co-working space. Located on the first floor HKPC building, the Inno Network and the Inno Idea provide a space for our members to collaborate with their teams and other startups. We also organize other types of events such as seminars, workshops, and networking events. InnoSpace also provides STEM education support to our local schools so that we can nurture our homegrown technology talent. You can learn more about us and subscribe to our membership on our website. Feel free to let us know if you have any questions. We're looking forward to see you here.
Hello everyone! In this session, you will hear about SME Reach Out, a dedicated service team aiming to bring our friends in the SME and startup ecosystems with more information about government funding schemes. Funding is essential for all operations, especially for startup companies when resources are relatively tight. The Hong Kong SAR government has launched various funding schemes, and if you wish to know more what can best fit your needs, here is your chance. Hello Ellie, can you start with giving us an introduction and service scope of the SME Reach Out?
Sure, Katie, thanks a lot. Hi everyone, I'm Ellie from the SME Reach Out team of HKPC. Let me briefly introduce to you what SME Reach Out is actually about. It is a dedicated team newly set up in the beginning of this year, aiming to promote the government funding schemes to SMEs and startups, help them to understand more about different kinds of government funding schemes, and also give them the latest updates. I believe the beauty of the services is that we are not only providing information, we do help the SME to identify which funding schemes are suitable for them to consider and also walk through the application process with them. They can reach us whenever they need by all means. We answer questions through phone, email, WhatsApp, one-on-one consultations, seminar, webinars, and all kinds of outreach activities, you just name it. Indeed, in the past 6 months, we have been meeting with a lot of SME friends in the business community non-stop. We proactively visited trade associations, professional bodies, NGOs, and even industrial buildings to meet with SME and bring them the relevant funding info. All of our services and consultation are free of charge. We hope that we could truly add value to the SMEs and keep them company on the way to success. There are over 40 funding schemes provided by the government for SMEs. For your easy understanding, here we are showing you the most common funding schemes under 7 major categories, including startups, R&D, training, business expansion, manufacturing, technology application, and loan. The funding amount ranges from 50,000 to over 10 million Hong Kong dollars per project. Among those 40-something schemes, there are 5 schemes which are very popular among the SMEs and startups. They are the dedicated fund on branding, upgrading and domestic sales, which we call BUD Fund, Export Marketing Fund, EMF, Enterprise Support, Retail Technologies Adoption Assistance Schemes for Manpower Demand Management, RETAS, and last but not least, the Technology Voucher Program, TVP. If you are going to apply any one of them, please do grab the chance to talk to us. Our consultants can give you some in-depth guidance and suggestions and go through the application form and details with you before submission. Do contact SME Reach Out team whenever you want to talk. You can call us, WhatsApp us, and also email us. Thank you and good luck.
Thank you very much, Ellie, for the very clear and brief sharing of the SME Reach Out service. So if you want to reach out the SME Reach Out team, you can dial their dedicated service hotline at 852-2788-6262. Or there is also a WhatsApp number, which is also 852-5283-4131. And by all means, if you reach out to the SME Reach Out team, you can also book a consultation service online. Then you will be able to book a slot and then talk to their experts about government funding. So I hope you will be able to identify the funding scheme that you need and help you to scale through this rough sea. And this is the end of our session today, and I hope that you'll be able to get as much information as you wish. Do remember to stay tuned for the HKPC website or other updates from our social media channels. Good luck, see you!